Hello guys, welcome to DATAHACKS. In this video, I'm going to explain about Formik validation. In previous video itself, I have explained how to implement the form using Formik. First of all, I'm going to explain how to implement the normal form validation. Next, I will explain how to implement validation using Formik so you can understand the difference very easily. By default, browser itself providing a built-in validation function to us. Number one is required. If we provide the required prop inside the input element, then the input element will consider as a required one. We cannot consider that element as a optional. Next, we are going to see about the maximum and minimum length props. We can define the maximum length and minimum length for the props. So the user can provide any number of values between these values. Next, we are going to learn about regex. Regex is also known as regular expression. It is used to define set of condition. So user can give any number of inputs, but the input should satisfy the regular expression condition. We can commonly use this regular expression for email validation and contact number validation. We can also use for other inputs also. Next, I'm going to show the basic example of these three props. First, required. We just need to mention required in input elements. Next, we have to provide maximum and minimum length and define the length of the value. Next, we have to mention the pattern and mention the regular expression condition. We can we can provide our own regular expression condition according to our needs. Next, I'm going to explain about Formik validation. Formik keep tracks of not only your form values but also validation and error message. So we can achieve Formik validation by two methods. One is custom validation. Second one is with yep. So in this video, I'm going to explain how to implement the custom validation. So let's start the practical demonstration for custom validation. To create a custom validation, I'm going to create a variable and the variable is going to be called as a validate. Provide arrow function and provide values. Props values. I'm going to create a variable called error. So I'm going to assign a empty object to the variable error. So we are defining this error because if there is any error happen, we have to return and it should be mentioned in the front end for this. Next, create a if condition and give not and value dot first name. And if the condition is happened, next we are going to create error dot first name and the value is going to be required. The meaning for this one is the value will be paused and the value of first name will be checked here. If there is an empty value, it will consider as a false. False will be converted into true by using this exclamation mark. So this condition will be true and the required value will be assigned here. Next, if this value has been not satisfied, it will check another condition. That condition is value dot first name dot length. That should be lesser than 4. If the values are lesser than 4, then the error dot first name. Here we are going to assign that first name value not matched. So in the same way, we are going to create multiple inputs. Next, I am going to create last name and email and number. Finally, we have to return the errors. Return error. So first here, I am going to change this into last name. Last name, last name, last name, last name. Here I am going to change the first name into email. Here also change email. Here we have to change the condition to remove this one and provide exclamatory, provide regular expression here. So remove this one and provide here regular expression dot test. Inside the test, after this copy the values from here and paste inside the test and change first name to email. Next, here we have to change number and number. So here we have to change the condition to equal to 10. Next, here below every input tag we should provide the error tag. Formik dot error dot first name and condition. If it is true, return the div element, and if it is not, return null value. Inside this, provide the same value and provide here. So if there is error, it will display here. If it is not, it will return null. Here, copy and paste it here. Here, change to the last name, and again here change them to email, and finally we are going to provide the element here and change into number, open the terminal, start the Next.js application. So here we are facing this error. So go back and close the terminal first, and before every condition provide condition check. If there is a no value, it will not return. So provide the values here. And another one we have missed here is we have created the validation function here. Here we have successfully created, but we didn't assign inside the use Formik. So inside use Formik, assign the validate and provide comma. Now it will create the key and value automatically. Go to the front end. Here we are going to provide the value, but the values is not reflecting in the validation form. So let's check the code once again. So we have checked here. So here we have provided the error. This is a mistake. We have to change them to errors. So this is the mistake we have done. So change every error to errors which are present inside the validation error. So finally here we are going to change errors, and we are going to change here errors, errors, and here also we have to change. So next it's first name. Okay, let's go to the front end and refresh the whole page. Provide Bharat. So you can see after providing a value, it is not, the first name value is not matched. So I'm going to provide values H, A, or A. So after the condition has been satisfied, it has removed. Next, NAT, and here also after the four letters has been provided, the error has been removed, and here Bharat at gmail.com, and here we are going to provide 98, and we have to provide 5 numbers, so remaining 2 numbers. So I have given the number randomly. If we submit here, next it will provide the alert pop-up here. So this is how it's going to be provided the values. And I'm going to refresh the page. You can see here if I provide the value, the whole form has been evaluated and the error message has been thrown. In next video, I will show how we have to overcome this problem. Now we are in a final part of this video. Please provide your thoughts about validation in comment section. If you like this video, hit the like button, subscribe the YouTube channel. You will get the updates regularly.